You've been calling them Heatblast, XLR8, and Four Arms for years. But what if I told you those names weren't just cool-sounding titles? They're encoded clues, hidden meanings baked into the DNA of each alien. Today, we're cracking the code behind the names of every single alien in Ben 10's Omnitrix. And some of these are so clever, you'll wonder how you ever missed it.
Did you just eat the baby?
Yes. Welcome to Omniverse content, where Ben 10 isn't just a cartoon, it's a universe worth exploring. If you're a lore lover, theory chaser, or just someone who wants to flex alien trivia knowledge, you're in the right place. Today, we're not just naming aliens, we're decoding them. 1. Heatblast. The very first alien Ben ever transformed into, and a symbol of raw power. The name Heatblast is more than just fiery branding. It reflects both his core element, plasma fire, and his chaotic, explosive nature. His design mirrors volcanic eruptions and solar flares with a literal magma body and constant heat emission. He's not just hot, he's volatile. Blast captures how unpredictable and destructive he can be, especially in Ben's early days. He doesn't control fire, he is fire. 2. XLR8, Accelerate. A masterclass in leet-speak wordplay. XLR8, when spoken aloud, becomes Accelerate, which perfectly sums up his abilities. But beyond the pun, his entire anatomy is built for speed. His head is shaped like a bicycle helmet, his feet are wheels, and he has retractable claws for sharp turns. He's a hybrid of a raptor and a race car, literally designed to blur past your eyes. Even his voice vibrates rapidly to match his velocity. Accelerate doesn't just describe his power, it is his identity. 3. Four Arms. Simple? Yes, but also deeply symbolic. Four Arms reflects more than just his Tetraman physiology. His name signals dominance. 4 massive limbs, 4 fists, 4 times the strength. Tetraman even comes from Greek, tetra, meaning 4, and mand, for hands. He's the embodiment of brute strength, but also tradition and honor, as seen in his wrestling-style combat and warrior culture. When you hear 4 arms, you don't just picture muscles, you expect impact. 4. Wild Mutt. The definition of instinct over intellect. Wild Mutt combines wild, uncontrolled feral with mutt, a term for a mixed-breed animal. His powers reflect pure primal survival, enhanced hearing, scent tracking, and agility. No eyes, no voice, no hesitation. His name is also an insult. Calling someone a mutt is demeaning, but Ben reclaims it. Wild Mutt shows how even the most misunderstood forms can be powerful when used with intention. 5. Ghostfreak. A name that sounds like a Halloween costume but hides one of the darkest arcs in the entire franchise. Ghostfreak is a combination of 2 ideas, the supernatural and the unnatural. He's not just a ghost, he's a mutation. His real name, Z-Skyer, hints at fear itself. He phases through walls, turns invisible, and manipulates shadows. But Freak adds a horror element. He's eerie, unpredictable, and eventually breaks free of the Omnitrix, becoming a genuine threat. 6. Chroma Stone. Now we're entering more abstract territory. Chroma is Latin for color, and stone is self-explanatory. Chroma Stone is a living prism. He refracts energy and light, absorbing blasts and shooting them back in spectral chaos. His body resembles amethyst crystal, giving him both elegance and durability. The name not only reflects how he looks, a multicolored gem, but also what he does: turn light into a weapon. In a way, he's the Omnitrix's own defense system against energy-based attacks. 7. Big Chill. Big Chill sounds like a nickname you'd give to a laid-back surfer, until he glides in with ghostly wings and freezes you solid. He's part phantom, part moth, all terrifying. The name's a double pun, big for his intimidating wingspan, and chill for his cryokinetic powers. But it also mirrors his emotional distance. He phases through walls, flies in silence, and carries a strange sense of sorrow. Big Chill doesn't just freeze people, it feels cold. 8. Echo Echo. This name is recursive, a name that repeats itself, just like his powers. Echo Echo can multiply into sonic clones, each of which can create further echoes of his voice. His entire combat style is built on sound, reverberations, frequency attacks, and overloads. His small frame belies his danger. One well-placed scream, and he can rupture a tank. Echo Echo tells you up front, sound is his weapon, and you'll hear him twice before you can react. 9. Brainstorm. One of the more clever names. A brainstorm is an intense idea surge, and that's exactly what this alien embodies. A literal exposed brain, pincers crackling with electricity, and intellect beyond human comprehension. Brainstorm doesn't just think faster. He manipulates electromagnetism with pure thought. The crab-like design is inspired by neural networks and synapses. His name bridges science and 10th Wrath. A parody of professional wrestlers, Wrath is the embodiment of unfiltered rage. His name is a spin on Wrath, one of the 7 deadly sins, representing uncontrollable fury. He doesn't strategize, he lunges. His catchphrase,
"Let me tell you something, Matty Armstrong,"
is almost more famous than his fights. Even his striped tiger-like design gives him that wild card energy. Wrath's name doesn't try to be subtle, it roars 11. Feedback, possibly Ben's most personal alien. Feedback is both a technical term and an emotional one. Technically, he absorbs and redirects energy, acting as a living power conductor. But emotionally, he represents one of Ben's deepest traumas. Losing feedback during a battle with malware was a moment that changed him forever. His sleek, audio jack-inspired design and sound wave-based powers make him a literal feedback loop. But his name also reflects Ben's own emotional circuit, one that sparks when he feels loss. 12th. Shock Squatch, a lightning-wielding Bigfoot. Yes, really. His name fuses shock, for his thunderous powers, and Sasquatch, the legendary cryptid. He's brash, loud, and stomps into battle like a walking storm. While some fans think his name's goofy, that's kind of the point. It's wild, unpredictable, and unforgettable. Shock Squatch sounds like something you'd hear screamed in a comic book, and that's exactly what he brings to a fight. 13th. Gravitack. Imagine if a planet could punch you in the face. That's Gravitack. His name combines gravity with attack, a literal summary of his powers. But his design is brilliant. He looks like a rocky planet with a glowing core, able to bend space and pin enemies in mid-air. He speaks formally like a cosmic judge. Gravitack's name carries weight, literally and thematically. He doesn't just control gravity, he controls the battlefield. So what's in a name? In Ben 10, everything. These aren't just labels, they're symbols, summaries, hints at a deeper truth behind each alien species. The Omnitrix wasn't just cataloging DNA, it was giving them identity. Each name carries meaning that speaks to power, personality, and sometimes even pain. And here's the plot twist. Azimuth didn't just engineer the greatest device in the universe, he crafted the perfect branding. Every time Ben calls out a name, it's more than a transformation. It's a story. Which alien name do you think has the coolest meaning? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you want a part 2 where we dive into fusion names, ultimate forms, or even villain names, you know what to do. Like, sub, and I'll see you next time on Omniverse Content.
Let me tell you something, Jared of Pantophage! I just jumped on your throat!